Welcome to our channel. In this video, we should learn passing of journal entries of various transactions relating to purchase. So let's begin. In this video, we are taken into consideration some important transactions relating to purchase. So here, we should learn how to pass journal entries of various transactions relating to purchase. So before passing journal entries, we must clear about some important terms of our journal entry. So here such important terms are journal, which is considered as the book of prime entry, and our second important term is journal entry. That means an entry recorded in journal, and our third important term is journalizing. That means the process of recording transactions in journal, and our fourth important term is narration. That is the brief explanation of a transaction, and our fifth important term is rules of journal. That is golden rules or modern rules. But according to the golden rules, accounts are broadly classified into three categories. That is personal account, real account, and nominal account. So when we should pass journal entries, we must follow the golden rules or modern rules of the journal entries. So here we should follow the golden rules for passing journal entries of various transactions. So the rules of our personal account is debit the receiver and credit the giver, whereas the rule of real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and nominal account rule is debit all expenses, losses, and credit all incomes and gains. So now come to the different steps of passing journal entries. Before passing journal entries of a given transaction, we must follow certain steps. So in first step, we should identify the accounts should be affected by the given transaction. At least two accounts must be affected in each and every transaction. Then we should identify the category of such accounts, and then next step is we should identify the nature of the concerned account in given transaction, and then we should identify which account should be debited and which account should be credited by following the golden rules. Then we should pass the journal entries of the given transactions. So now come to the format of the journal. So in case of journal entry, its format contains 5 columns. In first column, we should record the date of the transaction. When the date is not given, we should record the serial number. Then the second column is our particulars column, where we should record the journal entries of the given transactions. And third column is our LF column, that is ledger folio column, which is meant for recording the page number of the ledger accounts. And our fourth column records debit amount, and our fifth column records credit amount of the given transactions. So now we should pass the journal entries of our given transactions one by one. Now first come to our first transaction, that is purchased goods of rupees 30,000. Here we should identify which accounts should be affected by the given transactions. So here our purchase account and cash account should be affected in the given transaction, that is purchased goods of rupees 30,000. So now come to the next step, that is purchase account belongs to our nominal account category and cash account belongs to our real account category. As purchase is a expenses, it belongs to nominal account, and as cash is a asset, so it belongs to our real account. Now identify the nature of the concerned account in the given transaction. As we are purchasing the goods, so no doubt it is a expenses for the organization or the individual, whereas cash here goes out as we are purchasing the goods, so no doubt our cash should be goes out. That means we should make payment against our purchase. So now identify which account should be debited. As it is a expenses, so purchase account should be debited in the given transaction, and as cash here goes out, so it should be credited. So our journal entry of the given transaction should be purchase account to debit rupees 30,000 to cash account rupees 30,000, and our narration should be being purchased goods, and serial number should be 1. So now come to our second transaction, that is purchased goods of rupees 30,000 on a credit. Here it is specifically mentioned that we are purchasing the goods on a credit without making any payment. So here our purchase account and creditor account should be affected. So as purchase account is a nominal account and it is considered as expenses, so it should be debited, but our creditor is belong to personal account category. So here we should apply the rule of the personal account in order to identify whether it should be debited or credited. As we are purchasing the goods on credit, so no doubt our creditor is the giver of the goods, so it should be credited, and our journal entry should be purchase account to debit to creditor account, and narration should be purchased goods on credit, and serial number should be changed, that is 2. So the journal entry of purchased goods of rupees 30,000 on credit is purchase account debit rupees 30,000 to creditor account rupees 30,000. Now come to our third transaction, that is purchased goods of rupees 30,000 from Titiksha. That means we are purchasing the goods from a particular supplier, that is Titiksha. But in case of our second transaction, the name of the supplier is not specifically given. So we use here universal term, that is creditor. But in case of third transaction, it is specifically mentioning that we are purchasing the goods from a particular supplier, that is named as Titiksha. So here we should use the Titiksha account and purchase account. So as the purchase account is a nominal account and it should be debited as it is a expenses. But here Titiksha, as it indicates the name of a particular person, so it is a personal account, and here Titiksha is the giver, so it should be credited. So our journal entry of transaction 3 should be purchase account to debit rupees 30,000 to Titiksha account, and narration should be being purchased goods from Titiksha. So the journal entry of purchased goods on credit or purchased goods of rupees 30,000 from Titiksha is our purchase account to debit to Titiksha account. Now come to our fourth transaction, that is purchased goods of rupees 30,000 from Titiksha against check. Here, as the name of the supplier is given, we should assume that it is a credit transactions, but at the end it is specifically mentioned, or it clears that the purchase is made against the check. So now it is a cash transactions, it should not be considered as credit transaction. So we should not taken into consideration our name of the supplier. So in this particular transaction, our bank account should be affected as we are using the check. So our purchase account is a nominal account and it should be debited, and bank belongs to the personal account category. So as we are purchasing the goods, so no doubt our bank should make the payment to the concerned supplier. So here bank is the giver and it should be credited according to the rules of the personal account. So our journal entry should be purchase account debit to bank account of rupees 30,000, and our narration should be being purchased goods against check, and the serial number should be 4. So the journal entry of purchased goods of rupees 30,000 from Titiksha against check is our purchase account debit to bank account. Now come to our fifth transaction, that is purchased goods of rupees 30,000 from Titiksha for cash. Similarly, here the name of the supplier is given, but as it indicates that the cash is, or the payment is made immediately by cash, so we should not consider the name of the supplier. And in case of our fourth transaction, we use the check for payment, so here we use our bank account. But in case of fifth transaction, as we are using the cash, so our purchase account and cash account should be affected in the given transactions. So purchase account is a nominal account and as it is expenses, so it should be debited. But cash account belongs to our real account category. So here we should apply the rule of the real account in order to identify which account should be debited and which account should be credited. So in case of real account, the rule says debit what comes in and credit what goes out. As we are purchasing the goods, so no doubt our cash should be goes out. So here cash should be goes out and it should be credited. So our fifth journal entries should be purchase account debit to cash account of rupees 30,000 and narration should be being purchased goods for cash. Now come to our sixth transaction, that is purchased building of rupees 30,000. So here an organization or a particular individual is going to purchase building, but in all above transactions we are purchasing the goods. That means in all the transaction we are not clear which article we are going to purchase. So we use the purchase account in place of our goods. But in case of sixth transaction, it is specifically mentioned that we are purchasing the building. That means the particular asset we are going to purchase in the sixth transaction. So when an organization is going to purchase a particular asset or particular articles, we cannot use purchase account. So here we should use our building account and cash account. That means in the sixth transaction, that is purchase building of rupees 30,000, our building account and cash account should be affected. So here building account, as it is a asset, so it belong to real account category, and cash also belong to our real account category. So here we should apply the rules of the real account for passing our journal entries. So the real account rules is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So as we are purchasing the building, so here the building comes in and our cash goes out. So building account should be debited and our cash account should be credited as per the rules of real account. So our journal entry of sixth transaction should be building account to debit to cash account, and narration should be being purchased building. Similarly, we may purchase the building on credit, we may purchase building from Titikya, or we may purchase building against the check. That means only we should change the particular accounts, that is cash account. When we are purchasing building against check, here we should use the bank account, and when we are purchasing building on credit, here we should use the creditor account, and when we are purchasing the building from a particular creditor whose name is given, we should credit the name of the particular supplier here. So these are all about our journal entries relating to the various transactions of purchase. So repeatedly watch this video to clear your doubts on purchase transactions, and also share this video to your friends in order to give them opportunity to enhance their knowledge on passing journal entries of various transactions relating to the purchase. Thank you.